Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There are two chapters in Kathopanishad. In the first chapter, there are three vallis. Valli means gully, sections. And the first valli we have seen, who is a qualified student to be contemplative in life. For everything, we have to have qualification if we want to know the truth. Then what is the qualification? So instead of explaining so many things every time, so the Upanishad has given us a formula of a qualified student. The formula is, the seeker should be like Nachiket. Now who is Nachiket? Study first valli of the first chapter. When for the first time anybody hears to this, everybody asks the same question. Swamiji, how Nachiket went to the death? With body or without body? How did you go? So my reply is, you study it again, you will come to know. I did it 3 times. You study for 300 times. Then what will happen? You will get tired and stop asking questions. A basic thing we have to understand. Every question takes us away from ourselves. Do we have any question about our being? And that is what matters in life. See, if we are abiding in this, we can never get disturbed in this world. May anything happen, we will not get disturbed. See, friends, today I was somewhere for breakfast, and there was one picture, and it was a 3-dimensional picture. So you can't see what it is. It looks like a plain painting. Nothing we can see. So I stood there, and within a fraction of second, I told, hey, Lord Shiva, Shivalinga with a Naga on the head, and the body of the serpent is all around. So the host jumped out of the skin. How do you know that? I say, very simple, you can see it clearly. I am struggling for that for last years, I can't see that. Then there were 2 Kamandalus with me. Then I said, hey Kamandalu, you try to see. He was struggling this way, that way, could not see it. I said, now you look at my eyes. And I'll tell you when I start seeing. Now I am not seeing, I have closed eyes. I have rubbed everything, nothing is seen. Then I said, no, look at my eyes. So I was simply looking at that picture. And then I told him, now I have started seeing that picture. Now what I have done, the mind becomes like a mirror. Things are reflected but not reacted. Reactions come in the form of questions. Why, when, where, what? Instead of all these questions, change it. Who? Is why, what, where, when is about others. who is about the self. Therefore, who is the seeker of truth? Nachiket. But Nachiket asked questions. He asked questions. But what was his? He lived in this world like our Mahamantra. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. So whatever obligations are there, he completed. And he did not get caught up in the obligations. See. Then he has also done whatever is to be done in a society, our contribution that he has done. Then the third thing. So first was Adi Bhautik, second was Adi Daivik, and the third was Adhyatmik. Then he asked the question, Anyatra dharmad, anyatra adharmad, anyatra asmad kruta krutat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha yat tat pashyasi tadvad. That which is beyond dharma adharma. See friends, all those who are caught up in kartavya karma, they are very strong, stupid egos. We have to draw a line in our life. Thus far, not further. Otherwise, there is no end to it. See? Then the second thing comes is we have to recognize that we cannot be the body, but we are the embodied. And for that embodied, the word is given Jiva or the soul. And then the soul story is told. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Stories are told. Now that also cannot entertain you for long. Then we go to the third state. Then that which is beyond the relativity of duties, dharma, adharma, that which is beyond the relativity of cause and effect, and that which is not contaminated by the influence of time. What is that? Tell me. Now see the evolution in the process of inquiry. Then the teacher tries to give him lot of temptations. And all those temptations do not influence him. Temptations are not only in terms of indulgence, acquiring things and beings, but also so-called responsibility. See, this principle I told you, we all have to draw a line, thus far, not further. You cannot make anybody happy in this world. No, for certain. Protect yourself from the world. If we are walking the spiritual path, our attention should be on us, not on the world. If we are driving the car, our attention should be, are we properly driving or not? Instead of shouting at the traffic, we have to focus ourselves on our driving. Thereafter, when the student was qualified with proper dispassion, and what is the dispassion? Dispassion is maturity of discrimination is dispassion. Raw mango is used for making achar. But when the same mango becomes ripe on the tree and he falls down, then we don't make a achar of a ripe mango. In the same manner, up to some extent, attached to the tree of samsara, this world, the other world, now that is enough. Now the mango is ripe. Now it has fallen. So, to that student who has sufficient discrimination, mature discrimination is called the dispassion. Dispassion is not frustration. Dispassion is not depression. Symptoms are the same. in depression and dispassion, there is a withdrawal. But that withdrawal is, in case of depression, it is an unhealthy condition of the mind. And in case of dispassion, it is born out of wisdom. This was the first valli of the first chapter. Then the teacher told what is the truth. And in that, न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. The truth is told that it is not influenced by the time, it is not destroyed because it doesn't have the beginning and the end. That truth you are. And then at the end of this second valli, the teacher summarizes. Yasya brahma cha kshatram cha ubhe bhavata odanaha. Odana means eating, food, the bite. Yasya brahma cha kshatram cha. Brahma is jnana shakti. Kshatra is the kriya shakti. Odana is eating. He who is not influenced by either the knowledge or the action. See? Yasya brahma cha kshatram cha ubhe, both of them, bhavata odanaha, he eats them away. Meaning, activities and knowledge of this world have no impact on the truth. See? What is our life? See something and comment on that. Seeing something is Brahma, the knowledge. Comment is the action, the kriya. See? So, yasya brahma cha kshatram cha ubhe bhavata odana. When we eat something, we have digested that. In the same manner, he who is living in this world, knowing everything but not getting influenced by anything, then the truth is revealed. The example which I gave about that three-dimensional picture, seeing is happening, but seer is not born. How do we know the seer is not born? When there are no comments. No comments mean what? Whether the earth is moving and there are volcanoes, space is not disturbed. Every moment of our life is a spiritual examination. We are not in this world to improve the world. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadaya. Otherwise, small little difficulties here and there, we get so reactive. Therefore, remember this. We are here only for spiritual evolution. All other things are secondary. Like before coming here, our Girish Bhai phoned me, Swamiji, I am extremely sorry, I forgot to tell them and therefore no arrangements are made. So I said, you relax man, I am not worried why you are worried, relax. But then I said, do you think when arrangements are there, people are listening? That time also they don't listen, now also they don't listen. Then why I am going? It is my need. If you are not here, am I going to think loudly in front of the pillars? I want live pillars. See, then only I can talk. So when I am clear about this, every satsanga is my need, not anybody's need. Now apply this principle in your life. Whatever we are, it is our need. Nobody needs us. The children do not need parents. The wives do not need husband. Husbands need wife. See friends, watch this in this world. When the wife dies and when the husband dies, what happens? When the husband dies, the wife is able to take care of herself, her family and everything. She continues. But if the wife dies, this Dumbo is a big issue for the whole world. See, friend. Therefore, focus attention with this simple technique. Every event of our life is a spiritual examination. And we have to pass in every exam. Therefore, here the teacher says, Yasya brahmachakshatram cha ubhe bhavata odanaha. This activity and knowledge do not influence us. Then, mrityu asya upasechanam ka. Now, mrityu is the tamoguna. Upasechanam is chutney. So, for this truth, the death is the chutney. Chutney is what we eat. He who is eating the death is beyond the scope of death. This is what ka ittha veda yatra saha. Who can know this other than himself? Meaning that knowledge, that experience where objectivity is 100% cancelled. See? Try this. There are so many techniques I have told you, but I am very happy you don't practice. Stand in front of or sit in front of the mirror and first of all look in all the things which are reflected in the mirror. Then withdraw your attention from all that. Then bring it to your own reflection. It is something like a funneling. Funnel is very wide mouth and it goes on tapering. So the whole thing, what is reflected in the mirror, then drop that, come to your own reflection. When you focus attention on your own reflection, other things become of zero value. They are seen. It's not they will not be seen, they will be seen. But where is our attention? Attention is on our reflection. Now from there, again, go to the third stage. Focus your attention on the surface of the mirror. When you do that, you will see your own reflection will become hazy. See? And the last one. Then let seeing happen, but let no seer be born. These are the 4 stages. Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti and Samadhi. Give it a try. It is not going inside. No. It is remaining undisturbed. Noise is heard, sounds are heard, but nothing disturbs us. So, mrityu asya upasechanam kaitha veda yatra saha. Who can know that reality other than himself? Now, with this thing, we completed the second valli also. Now, we are entering the Tritiya valli. Rutam pibantau iti asya valyaha sambandhaha. Now, this valli, third valli, begins with Rutam pibantau sukrutasya loke guham pravishtu parame pararde chaya tapo brahma vido vadanti panchagnayo yecha trinachaketa. Now, Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, Vidya avidya nana viruddha phale iti upanyasте natu safale te yatha anirnite tan nirnayartha रथरूपक कल्पना तथा च प्रतिपत्ति सौकर्यम एवं प्राप्य गंतृगंतव विवेकार्थम द्वौ आत्मानौ उपन्यस्यते. Now what is meant here is, so far we are told vidya avidya nana viruddhi phale. When you are in the field of avidya, ignorance, meaning taking the relative world to be real, you end up somewhere else. When you take up the other path, the path of knowledge, vidya, then you enter somewhere else. But the results are not distinctly clear so far. Therefore, tan nirnayartha. So to come to this conclusion, where do we end up when we follow the path of relativity, and where do we end up when we follow the path of inquiry? For that, this third valli begins, and then some kind of picture is developed. See, and here we have to clearly understand, scriptural study is different than the study of science, mathematics, etc. See? 1 divided by 1 is equal to 1. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. 100 divided by 100 is equal to 1. So if there are 100 mangoes and there are 100 students, how many mangoes will go to each student? 1. 100 mangoes divided by 100. Oh. But suppose there are 0 mangoes. So 0 mangoes divided by 0 is equal to 1. 0 mangoes and 0 student. So there is neither the mango nor the student. So 0 mangoes divided by 0 student is equal to 1. To whom that 0 mango will go? See, my friends. Therefore, when we study scriptures, don't bring your mathematical or scientific knowledge into operation. You will get lost. Now slowly they have started recognizing that this earth and the world is supported by the space. Earlier they were not accepting. See, friends. Therefore, to bring it to our cognition, a beautiful picture is developed. If you want, you can repeat. If you don't want, don't repeat. Rutam pibantau sukrutasya loke guham pravishtau parame parardhe chaya tapau brahma vido vadanti panchagnayo ye chatrinachiketa. Brahma vido vadanti, the wise people say. What they say? Rutam pibantau sukrutasya loke. Rutam is karma phalam. Rutam is that which is unavoidable. See? If you do something wrong, you will get a result. You cannot avoid it. Rutam. Pibanto sukrutasya loke. So, in this world, there are 2 types of, because it is a dual case. Pibantau. Pibantaha, Pibanto, Pibantaha. Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. The 2 of them. So, there are 2 of them who are experiencing the results of whatever karma they have done in their life. See? Where guham pravishtau parame parardhe. So, the one who is experiencing, or rather the 2 of them who are experiencing good and bad results of their life, they are where they are guham pravishtau. They are the supporter of these panchakoshas. Guha is the 5 koshas, panchakoshas. Annamaya kosha, then pranamaya, then manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya, and behind this is the Paramatma hidden in two ways. Now, when this is said, what most of the students do, they start becoming, no, I am going inside. This is not the meaning. See? The meaning is the body is supported by the prana. So, the support is always bigger than the supported. Then the body and the prana is supported by the mind. So, the body and the prana, they are in the mind. So, body is gross, prana is subtler. Prana is gross, mind is subtler. Then, whose mind, whose prana, whose body? Of course, mind. So, I is subtler and other three are gross. See? And this I is expression of the Anandamaya, hidden by the Anandamaya. And these five of them are covering the divinity. See, friends. So, Guham Pravishtu Parame Pararthe. So, they are abiding in these two of them, not one. Who are they? Chaya Tapau Brahmavido Vadanti. They are two of them. Like the light and the shadow. See? Like here we are all sitting. We are one and second is our shadow. See? You must have seen on YouTube somewhere, some child is in some particular shop and then there is a mirror, he stands in front of the mirror and he looks, oh, somebody is there, and he starts hitting him and looking all other. So there are two of them. One is the real one, other is the apparent one. So in the mirror there is a reflection. It appears exactly like the original, but it is only appearance, doesn't exist. Now if we simply take this and forget, we have not studied Upanishad. Immediately apply it on yourself. See? One example I had given you about a mirror and a bird. The bird thinks that the reflection is real and then starts trying to fight with it. It does all kinds of sadhana. Yoga, dana, dharma, going to temples, doing everything, but it remains there. Then ultimately, out of anger, frustration, hits it badly and the mirror breaks. When the mirror breaks, there are many of them. Oh God, so many of them have come. See, so what we have learned, when one bird is there, no problem. When there is another bird which is apparent but not real, but when that apparent is taken real, then the problems begin. Now apply this principle in your life. I as a man, real. Then I as a son, reflection is in the father mirror. Second, I as a man, reflection in the wife mirror. See? And who is miserable? These reflections are miserable. How can you improve that? Chaya tapo brahmavido vadanti. So we have to recognize this. Who is hiding whom? See? Now, for example, we see the worldly objects. How do we see them? Through our sense organs. And when the sense organs are covered by the sense objects, meaning what? The objective things are so much important for us that we are divorced from wisdom, understanding, discrimination. And then we want the things to happen according to our choice. If that doesn't happen, we become disturbed. So what is happening? The objects of the world are covering the respective sense organs. See? Like you all have different clothes. Why so many different type of clothes? Every day the same yellow, dirty fellow. Sometime I like the red one. Sometime I like the green one. So these colors are covering our vision. Therefore, we are told only one color, Jhanjat Khatam. In short, if we want to discover this through this mantra, Chaya Tapo Brahma Vido Vadanti. So the one who is influenced by the presence and absence of the worldly things is the reflection, is a chaya, is a shadow, not the real one. See? And when there is, all these faculties, sense organs are closed. Where? In deep sleep or in dream. That time it doesn't matter what kind of bedsheet you have, whether white or green or yellow, it makes no difference. So what we have to understand, that it is said, Guham pravishtu parame parardhe. The truth is hidden behind these coverings. So, colors and forms are many, limited. Vision is without color and form and unlimited. See? So what will be the sadhana? If we want to discover, play the role of a son, play the role of a husband, play the role of a father, but play only as a role. Don't get rolled up in that. That's it. स्वामी जी आशीर्वाद करो. करो माने क्या? What do you mean आशीर्वाद करो? See? Therefore, Chaya Tapo. So what we have to understand? Now take another example. Last time I told you to tell this thing. Take a matchstick. Hold it near the wall. The light is there. You will see the shadow of that matchstick, is it not? Then lit the matchstick. And with a burning matchstick, you see, again to the same place, you will see the shadow of only the matchstick, not that of the flame. Try this. So, Chaya Tapo. So all these personalities born out of certain conditionings, they are appearances, do not exist. Therefore, who is disturbed, immediately find out. So you will see at the root of every disturbance, there is some non-existing stupid fellow. And we take that as real. Chaya Tapo Brahma Vido Vadanti. So first step we have to, it is told that from the absolute standpoint, there is original light and reflected light. What we see is the reflected light. Between you and me, there is light, is it not? Can we see that? What we are seeing? Only the reflected light. The light which is falling on our face, that reflected light is seen. And then we take that reflected light as real. No. If the object on which the light is reflected, if that object is removed, is there any loss to the light? No, apply to yourself. If 50 of you are here, I am seeing. If you become 5,000, will it be a burden to my eyes? If all of you disappear, will there be any loss? Now what you have to do? Tell me. Only become aware of your every single experience. Meaning how? Let experiences happen, but let experiencer be not born. When the experiencer is not born, we stop reacting in our life. like an actor on the stage. The experience is he is a thief, he is a swami, he is a husband, whatever. But by that he doesn't become. He knows he is only acting. See, friends. Therefore, Chaya Tapo Brahma Vido Vadanti. The wise people are able to tell us very distinctly that there are two of us. One is the one who is undisturbed, who is supporting everything but not getting disturbed by what is supported. And the other one is the one who is also supporting everything but gets influenced by what is supported. Two of them. These two things we have to distinctly, clearly separate. Now the best example I always think is man and husband. How can you separate a man and husband? See? Ladies you can separate. The woman and the wife because they have got a .com. But what about the man and husband? You don't have to. From the face you can say husband. घोड़े पे बैठ के जो शादी करता है वो गधा होता है. Therefore, Chaya Tapo Brahma Vido Vadanti. And next important step, you cannot do anything to the illusion. Our bird was struggling to sort out with the reflection. He will create more problems. But we don't, why? Because we know it is reflection. It is only appearance, not real. Now take this principle. Whatever you are, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, in-law, outlaw, whatever you are, when you know they are not real. Similarly, I am talking to you. I am very clear, you are not real. Why? How do I know whether you are hearing or not? I can tell you are seeing me, I can say. But I can't say you are hearing me. Huh? Even this is not heard. See, friends, therefore, those who recognize this truth and practice, they will never get disturbed. In Delhi, I used to have satsang somewhere. When I was living in that place, then a group, Punjabi ladies, like this, only a nice temple, and there were pillars also. And I remember I used to talk there on Mundaka Upanishad and nicely listening everything. When I was going away, so they said, Swamiji, now please give us somebody to conduct satsang. I said, okay. Then other Punjabi Mahatma I knew, I said, Maharaji, if you can go, and he agreed. After 1 year when I went, just to the same place, to the same group of satsangi, they said, Swamiji, why did you send him? I said, what happened? And then they told. When first day only satsang was going on, and one servant came to give the key to the lady, and he became so angry. On sitting on the Vyasapit, he said, किसके मरने की खबर लाए हो? Can you imagine? Is this the way? Therefore, remember this. We should not get disturbed by anything. An ideal, if you want to keep ideal space. Space supports everything. Doesn't get disturbed. See, friends. So the one is the light, which is illuminating. The other one is the reflection. And suppose the reflection is in the water. If the water is turbid, the reflection is dull. If the water is shaky, reflection is shaky. If the water is clean, steady, it is clean, steady. Under all the three conditions, they are not real. So be attentive. neither the original phase is disturbed by the quality of the water, nor the reflection in the water is also disturbed by the quality of the water. Why? Because the reflection appears, doesn't exist. So, neither the man is disturbed, nor the husband is disturbed. See? Who is disturbed? Nobody. मरने भी नहीं देते. ना तो जीने की तमन्ना है, ना मरने का इरादा है. Relax, man, relax. See? छाया तपो ब्रह्म विदो वदंती पंचाग्नयो ये च त्रिनाचिकेता. Or those who are performing various kinds of yajna, karma kanda, if you do this thing, then you will go to the heaven. And what will you do there? Same. Bhog and nothing else. Therefore, three principles. Number one, those who are ignorant like us, they live in this world and suffer. They have come to have English suffering. But then the second one, they are wanting to get qualified suffering. They get involved into yajna, karma, this, that, want to go to the heaven, do this, do that thing. In the first very mantra, Ushan Havai Varisravaha Sarva Veda Samdadau, he gave everything up so that he can go to the heaven. Panchagnayaha are they. So they are doing a lot of tapasya, a lot of karma, so that they can go to heaven. So first time, they are happy, miserable in this world. Second time, they want to become happy in the other world. So first type are taking the body as real. Second type are taking the jiva as real. And they do not inquire. Problem is here. And therefore, to make us understand our correct position, the teacher goes to the second mantra. Yassetu ijananam aksharam brahma yatparam abhayam titirshatam param nachaketam shakemahi. Now those who are engaged in this karma, doing various kind of yajna or your duty, etc., what is the purpose of that? See friends, I am not going according to the traditional teachings. It should come as our experience. See? We are all expert in blaming others for our problems of life. If I am a teacher, I will blame students. If I am a husband, I will blame wife. If I am a father, I will blame children. If I am a daughter-in-law, I will blame the mother-in-law. So when I start blaming others for the problems of my life, what will be my spiritual practice? To improve them. Where Bhagwan Ram failed, Jagyan Ram will be successful. Bhagwan Ram told Sita ji, in the forest it is very difficult, don't come. No, I want to go. You see? But the question comes, why she went there? 3 mother-in-laws at home. Forest is better. Therefore, yes, setu I jananam. Setu means a bridge. So, the manifest world, suffering, joy, sorrows, etc. And then, if you are analyzing your experiences in the light of ignorance, what will be done? We will blame others. Now, if we are turning towards knowledge, then what is done? Then we are told, look here, your wife is troubling you, you know, because in the last life you have tortured her. And therefore, in this life, again she has come. But then what can I do? Now don't trouble her. Otherwise, next life, again she'll be your wife. Don't curse me, please. But she is doing Karwa Chauth. She will not leave you. Friends. Then, now stop reacting with her. See, whole life will change. Now we have accepted that I cannot be the body, but I am the embodied, who lived in the last life before this body was born, who is living in this body and who will live in the next body. This is the Setu. This is the bridge between the manifest and the absolute unmanifest. One bank is the relative world taken as real. Other bank is absolute truth. You have to cross it with a bridge. So the principle of soul, karma, heaven, hell, this is the bridge. How important it is. But not knowing this, we get lost only in this. Do this, do that, do this. Enough is enough, yeah. Therefore, one principle I told you a number of times. Social service is not spiritual life. Social service is improving the society. Therefore, yaha setu I jananam aksharam brahma tatyat param. Then yaha abhayam tidirshatam param nachaketam shakemahi. Therefore, this is the bridge, see, to go beyond the samsara of relative existence, and therefore this is the way to know your essential nature. What was Nachiketa's question? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra asmat kruta krutat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. This is the samsara. The dharma adharma, cause effect, and taking the time as real. See? What are the measurements of time that we take as time? This is where we go wrong. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 year, 2 years. This is the measurement of time. It is not the time. See? 1 kilo. What is 1 kilo? 1 kilo is a weight. It could be anything. It could be pumpkin. It could be gold. It is only weight. It is not an object. 5 kilometers. It is not anything. It is just measurement of the space. So, weight is the measurement of object. Distance is the measurement of space. And similarly, the third thing is the time. Time is the measurement of Mahakala. This Mahakala is explained in Bhagavad Gita in the 11th chapter. When Arjuna saw the terrible form of the Lord, initially it was goody goody. But when he showed the destructive form, then Arjuna got frightened. Ko bhava anugra rupaha. Oh terrible one, who are you? That time Bhagavan tells, Kalosmi loka kshaykrit pravruddhaha. I am not the measurement of time, but I am the principle of time. Now what is the principle of time? That which is supporting all the changes without undergoing any change is the principle of time. That which is supporting all the distances, but which cannot be limited by the measurements in the space. See, friends, therefore, yasetu ijananam aksharam brahma yat param, that indestructible, infinite reality, abhayam tidirshatam param, to attain to that, those who want to go beyond this relative existence and come to the freedom from all the fears, Nachikedam Shakemahi. Then such persons, only those who want to go beyond the relative existence and come to discover their own divine nature, to them this Akshara Brahma, they are qualified to know the truth. See? Two things you try. Number one, never try to make anybody happy in life. But why? We belong to democracy. Everybody has the right to be miserable. हाँ हम दुखी, आपको क्या करना है? What can you do? They are right. See, you go to Punjab. Punjabis are horrible people. You go to Punjab. When somebody dies there, you get there on rent ladies who can express the sorrows. So somebody dies, they call those professionals. Everywhere professionals. They are professionals. And then, depending upon the amount they are paid, for how long we have to do? What are your rates? For 15 minutes, 100 rupees. For half an hour, 200 rupees. For 1 hour, 1000 rupees. And degrees. If it is only crying, this is okay. Then if you want more, then making noise and then third degree is rolling on the floor and hi, kya ho? 5,000 rupees. The dead one will say, मैं जिंदा हो जाता हूँ. See, friends. So those who really want to know the truth, they should be very clear about this. First, accept yourself to be, at least theoretically, that you are someone other than the body. If this first step is not taken, you cannot go anywhere. Because after the body identification only, this world comes into existence. I don't know what you people think. You don't know. When you get married, you will understand. Okay, I tell you what I think. And it is, you can do it easily. Ashtavakra saw a dream, according to some books, that in that he was very hungry and there was a famine and somebody was distributing food. He was also standing in the queue and he was so hungry that the moment he gets, he will eat it. So that hunger was making him miserable. He got the puri sabji, and one dog came and bounced and took it, and running, he was running and fell down, and then he came out of his dream. Now my question, my thinking is, he slept after heavy meals. The hunger is the attribute of the pranamaya kosha. He slept because of overeating. And in the dream he felt he is hungry. So the dreamer also has a separate pranamaya kosha. Without that, how can he be hungry? See? Now, waking experiences I know, then the experiences of the dreamer, that I was hungry, this thing, that also I know. So who am I? I am a common denominator for both the waking as well as the dream. See, friends, many years before, this explained in one of my talks. I was in England. From the Heathrow airport, we had to go to Wales in some ashram. We had a retreat there. So the Swami who came to pick me up, it's about 4-5 hours drive. So his mother told that instead you go driving at night, why don't you come home, take rest for the night, and tomorrow morning you can go? So he asked me, Swamiji, I said, I have no problem, I can come. So we went there. Very nice, beautiful house, clean, neat, unlike Indian houses. Gujaratis I have seen throughout the world, but the Gujaratis of South America are the best. Clean, neat, perfect, small little thing. They don't bring anything from the shop, eatables. Whatever is cooked at home, nothing from outside. So in this British house, a nice bed and all that, table, some books kept, and then I want to simply sleep. So I took some book, read here and there, a few pages, and then put it down. And then I had to switch off the light. I can't see where is the switch. So I had to look. And the light as if entered in my eyes. And I switched off and then slept. So when I close my eyes, I see that terrible light in my eyes. Then I open my eyes. Then I see the street light. Then I see, close the eyes. Then I see the reflected light. And Eureka! So, if I am living in this waking world without becoming a waker, and if I am going through the dreams without becoming a dreamer, I am supporting them, not getting influenced by any one of them. That is our essential nature. See? Who can think in such stupid way? Swamiji, get married and then show us how to be. Tathastu. Become more miserable. See, friends, Bhagavad Gita you have heard so many times. Bhagavan Sri Krishna created a frustrating situation for Arjuna. It was not necessary. Why he has to tell that you have to fight with your own ears and ears? Poor fellow came for fighting the war and chabi bhardi. You have to fight with your own ears. You know, your guru is Maros. Your grandfather Maros. Your brother Maros. And then he got confused. And after that, only the whole Bhagavad Gita, what he was told, only this thing. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. Where are you on the battlefield? When at the time of the war? What you should be? Play your role. Now you are neither a grandson, nor a disciple, nor a brother. You are a warrior. That's it. Friends, just understand this. But we take, like Arjuna, but is it not Katham Bhishma Vaham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubi Pratiyotshami Puja Raha Varisudana? How can I kill the Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya? They are the worthy of worship. Puja Raho Varisudana. Worship. And Pratiyotshami, even if they hit me, I cannot rebound back to them. Suppose my father hits me, will I hit him back? एक मारा दो मारूंगा. No. Pratiyotshami. See, friends, why? Because he was confused. Who am I at a given period of time? That is why we told you Karnataka. We all have to play different roles. Play your role perfectly well, but don't get entangled in any role. As we are the victim of our mind, others are also the victim of their mind. See? One of my good friend, he told me, Swamiji, my wife doubts me. I said, oh, what a great love she has for you. How? I said, because she loves you, she doubts you. She will not doubt a pillar. No. So that doubting is an expression of love. You don't understand it. What can she do? See? So take a positive meaning out of everything. You live in this world and yet do not get influenced by this world. To them only, Aksharam Brahma Paramam, the truth can be revealed. Otherwise, whole life will go only in that. Nobody can help us. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.